What's your name?
Randy Bolt.
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada, from the center of Canada.
So why are you here in Portugal, Lisbon?
So we're here in Portugal now because we're in the process of moving here.
Are
Both,
you retired?
I'm moving towards retirement, and so we want to continue with our business to some extent, but also move here to retire.
Why do you want to retire here in Portugal?
Well, where I'm from, it's the coldest major city in the world, and so as you get older, 5 solid months of winter gets depressing, and it's not particularly good for you. So coming to Portugal, it allows you to be active 12 months of the year. A whole bunch of other things too. From a cost and a tax point of view, Portugal has a ton of attractions. When you go out for dinner in Portugal to a local Portuguese restaurant, it's a wonderful experience, and you're able to have dinner for two for 20 euros. And 20 euros is less than $30. And you can't do that in North America. You can't have a decent meal. And when you're paying 20 euros
What
here,
kind of food usually for 20 euros?
so for 20 euros you can get, a full course, full meal, and basically a carafe of wine and a coffee, maybe 25 at the most, and some of it will even include dessert. So it comes with fish.
Do you
Or
eat a lot of fish here?
there's a lot of fish here. I'm not a huge fish fan myself, but they have good chicken and very good pork. The pork here is very good, and the fish is good as well. I'm getting to eat fish a lot, but other than things like that, so you can go out to eat a lot and have very nice food very inexpensively. The cost of living is low. Public transport is very low cost, particularly if you're retired. From where we live, I can take a train into the heart of Lisbon for €1, which is extremely cheap. Because I'm over 65. Yeah. So that's a great thing
How
here.
long you have been here?
I've been here now for a month.
So what's your most impressed scenario during this 20 a month roughly?
Well, it's not so much what I'm impressed with coming here, but it's what I'm impressed about the situation of Canadian retirees moving here that I remain impressed with. For instance, we have a tax treaty with Portugal, and the way it works is that my retirement income there's a withholding tax from Canada of 10%. And here in Portugal, they charge 10%, but that is offset by the withholding tax in Canada. So the only tax I pay on retirement income is 10%.
So that means it's very beneficial for Canadians.
Well, not only that, but there's no clawback to my old age security, whereas if I was in Canada, they would be clawing me back on my old age security. So it's an extremely useful thing to be here, both from a cost of living point of view and a taxation point of view. So that remains what I'm impressed with. The other thing I'm impressed with, as well as the cost of living, is the safety here. The safety is very, very good here. And crime in North America has risen a lot in the last few years. So more and more people are being vulnerable, more and more people are being affected by crime, petty crime, major crime, or even threats on the street. And here it's a very, very safe place.
What about the insurance? Lately, I heard you have done some teeth work.
Well, so for instance, I'm getting an implant here, and the cost of I buy insurance extremely cheaply here for a few $100s a year for medical insurance, and I'm getting a tooth implant that would cost $7,000 in Canada, and I think I paid something like 600 euros for a deductible, and they're putting in a $7,000 tooth. So some people don't like the dentist, but I don't mind them that much.
Is this a local dentist?
It's literally less than 100 meters from where we're living, yes.
Yeah.
So it's very, very local.
So what's your recommendation to the people in Canada, especially for the retirement people?
Well, if you want to keep busy throughout the year, then this is a great place to do it because you're not prohibited by the weather from being housebound. You can go out 365 days of the year and walk or cycle or go to the beach or whatever you want to do. It's a great place to be active.
What about the language issue?
Well, I'm currently learning Portuguese and I'm almost fluent in it now.
Can you say a few words? Just give it a try.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. I think you are not fluent.
No, I'm
Either
not.
you got a spoken,
I'm not fluent.
Broken Portuguese. So, are you really interested in moving to Lisbon or really part of the other places in Portugal?
So as you get older, you're less interested in being in the heart of the city, right? I mean, you don't need to be in the heart of a city because typically, if you're in the center of the city, you're interested in things like business and modern entertainment and socializing heavily. But as you get older, the things that you enjoy more are things that are outdoors, things that are less stressful. And as such, you don't you don't want to be in the heart of Lisbon. I mean, you don't. The other problem with being in the heart of Lisbon, which is an interesting thing, is that it's very hilly. And it's much nicer to walk and cycle on flat areas than it is on hilly areas. So there's some wonderful areas that are flat in Lisbon, and those really suit living better than the hilly areas. I didn't realize how difficult it would be to live in a hilly area. I mean, these are quite steep hills, and walking up and down them is not as fun as it is walking. You know, if you're hiking outside and you're going through hills and forests and stuff like that, it's quite fun. But in a city environment, walking up and down steep hills isn't particularly fun. So I don't recommend being in the heart of Lisbon because being in the heart of Lisbon is being a very hilly place.
Good. I think as a foreigner, do you feel you are welcomed, or sort of isolated? What do you think of the Portuguese people?
Well, I had a cab driver yesterday from Pakistan giving me a ride, and his name was Mohammed, which is a very common name, of course. And we had a wonderful conversation as we were going along. And he was telling me how there's virtually minimal prejudice here towards him and towards other people. And people from Pakistan are generally, or often, I should say, discriminated against throughout Europe and North America. And he felt none of that. So it's one thing for me, a white person, white male coming from Canada, to say that I feel no discrimination, but it's another thing for somebody from Pakistan to say the same thing. So I think it is really a testament to Portuguese people, to their accepting nature and their courteous nature. For myself, when I go around and I talk to people with my English, because that's all I speak, they're embarrassed that they don't speak English. I'm embarrassed that I don't speak Portuguese, but they seem to be more embarrassed that they don't speak English. And they're always trying to accommodate me in the fact that I don't speak Portuguese. So people are extremely courteous. They go to their way to help you. Like I was looking at today, I was buying some stuff in a local sporting goods store, and a young man spent 15 minutes helping me out with literally a $10 purchase, trying to make sure that it fit my bicycle, and it didn't. But he spent 15 minutes trying to help me out. And that kind of service, that kind of courtesy is not found in a lot of places, and it's found in Portugal. And it's very refreshing to find. Nobody is pushy here. Everybody is friendly and courteous, and they go their way to be nice to you. Being nice and friendly is what Portuguese people are all about. Nobody gets into fights. Nobody shouts at each other. You know.
Wow, you give Portuguese a lot of highly compliments. Okay, great. I think I wish you have a great time here in Portugal.
Thank
And
you.
in the near future, you can move here and enjoy your retirement.
I hope to see you again sometime in the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.